morning.
Good, good morning.
So I don't know about you, but I don't know that that tune that we have playing. I just kind of livens me up. The Monday
Yeah,
morning
but I
motivation.
gotta. Oh, I'm Kung Fu fighting. It's
Yeah,
gonna take a second. I'm just trying to share to our group. Um, yeah, it motivates me too. But I gotta change the intro, and I can't find the original um file to edit it, and because like the pictures are so old, man.
I
Like
know.
they're so old. It's
I think
crazy.
I think about 10 years old. Actually, 8 to 10 years.
Probably.
What?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
quite old. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we play the intro and people are expecting nice and youthful faces, and then and then
And
we
here
show
we
up.
are.
It was like, "What the hell?" I thought I was watching young women there. Like,
Yeah. Who are these old
speaking
people?
of young women, it's so funny because I am watching this show on Netflix right now. It's called Younger,
Oh,
and
okay.
it is hilarious. It is so funny. It's about this woman who in his is in her 40s,
Okay.
and she just got divorced, and she's just like trying to find a job to go back to work, but she hasn't been working for like 15 years because she had her daughter and she was raising her daughter, who's
Mm,
now in college. And so she goes back and she puts applications everywhere, and then figures out that when you've been out of work for quite some time and you've taken kind of like a sabbatical to raise your kids and stuff, um, the job market is not very kind to you.
okay.
So her girlfriend, she has a friend, and her girlfriend says, you look really young. Why don't you just lie about your age? So she lies about her age and she says she's 26, and she lands a job. Um, it's so funny. It's really, really funny.
So younger. We'll have to look
Yeah,
into it because
younger.
we're
She
starting to run out of movies.
Oh, there you go. So it's a show, it's a series, but
Series,
it's
okay.
really funny. Like, yeah, I'm still kung fu fighting. I closed everything and I'm still kung fu fighting, so I'm not sure what's going on here.
So maybe that's what we're going to have to look up for the whole hour.
Mm.
Is going.
Oh well, my lips are not gonna be synced. Nah, nah, it's okay.
So how was everybody's Christmas? And how was everybody's New Year? So how was your Christmas?
It was nice. It was not too busy. It was like quieter,
Yeah.
We had John was working on the 25th like overnight.
Oh,
So we had a dinner and then he just went to work. But Christmas morning we just got up, did all the presents, and then we had dinner with Kyle and the kids at night and played games, and it was fun. It was
yeah.
it was nice, and then I had, friends over a couple of times, for dinner, over the
Nice.
holiday break, and yeah, and
Well,
then the
you've
kids
still
went
got
back to
you've still got the little kids too, because Kyle's kids are small, so it's kind of nice
yeah,
to see that.
yep, yep, they're like, 6 and no, I'm not gonna say it. Not 6, 7. They're they're 6 and, no, 7 and 5. Yeah, so
Oh, yeah, they're still that believing age, so that's good. Because I
yeah.
know we had just before Christmas, we had Sheldon's grandside of the family get together, and there's like 15 kids,
Mhm.
ranging from one to I think the oldest is 6, 7. No, I'm just kidding. It's seven,
Okay.
7 or 8
Brain
or
rot, I
something.
tell you, it's brain rot.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was nice because we had Santa come in, the Santa that we've had often on our show. He came with his, red bag, gave the gifts out. It's just nice to see the little kids because they still so believe into this. It's really
Yeah.
nice. But I mean, because my baby is 28, so it's not quite the same. And then we had My mom, my sister, brother-in-law, Christmas Eve, and then we opened gifts with my kids in Calgary. Then
Mm,
over holidays, we did Sheldon's two kids and their size. But as the kids get older and the families are, you got to coordinate. They've got to go here and they've got to go there, and the boyfriends and girlfriends, and it gets harder.
yeah,
It's like it was when the kids were little, and they're all there, and you can just get together. So
yeah,
it's a challenge. It was a challenge.
for sure.
Anyway, I gotta talk about one gift that I saw you got. Coffee cup heater. What's all this?
Yes. What?
What's all that about? And does it actually work? Because my
So
is pretty cold.
So actually, Ezekiel gave that to John
Oh.
for Christmas, but John doesn't drink coffee anymore. He hasn't been drinking coffee in quite some time. Like he gets home and he goes to sleep because he's so tired, and then
Hmm.
when he wakes up, there's no time. He just gets ready and goes.
Hmm.
So I kind of commandeered it and and started using it, and it's fantastic. I love it. I love it. It has 3 settings. So one of them is, let me see here, 113 Fahrenheit, 131 Fahrenheit, or
Oh,
167 Fahrenheit. So you can select whatever, heat,
you want
warmth
your coffee?
level you want, and then you can put it up to 12 hours. So
Wow.
you can, like, you select the time. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, and then it just warms it up until it turns off. But
And
it's great. Like,
coffee's
I
done.
have my coffee on right now. It's nice and warm,
And it plugs into the
nice and
wall?
hot. Yeah, it plugs into the wall. So it's a great,
Wow.
yeah, it's a
And
great gift.
do you have any idea where he got it from?
Oh, probably Amazon.
I was going to say probably, yeah, because I many, many moons ago, over 20 years ago, my sister-in-law got one for Christmas, but at the time it was battery operated,
Oh,
and I
wow.
always remember that because she drinks a lot of coffee, and she loved it. So
Yeah,
when I
I
saw
drink, like,
yours,
I have 2 cups of coffee a day, and then I switched to tea. I have, like, herbal tea but I
mhm,
drink a lot of herbal tea, so that's great too. It's gonna work well for that.
yeah,
So yeah, I love it. I love it.
yeah,
It's
because
funny because a friend of mine was just, I posted that I got this gift, right?
yeah, I saw
Which
that.
is misleading because I didn't really get the gift. It's somebody else that got the gift and then I stole it. But
The
anyways,
killer gift.
I stole the gift. But she was saying that she got the same for Christmas. And so I was like, oh, I guess your son shops on Amazon too.
Yeah, because I've not never seen anything like that in the
Yeah.
stores.
Yeah. Oh boy. I'm like so kung fu fighting. I don't like it
You
at all.
are,
Yeah.
you are.
It's really bad today for some reason. Anyways, it is what it is. We'll have to listen to my voice. Do not look at my lips that are moving,
Yeah,
not
because
in
at one point
sync.
I'm going, is she actually talking or is
I
she
hope
frozen?
Betty is not going to be kung fu fighting.
Well, today we're very excited. Oh, Christmas, and you saw New Year's in Montreal. We actually was
Hmm.
supposed to DJ. The event got canceled, and we were so happy that we
Oh,
managed to stay up till midnight, watch the countdown.
why
So
was the event canceled?
that was lack of ticket sales.
Oh, okay.
It was a event.
That happens.
They couldn't sell enough tickets, so they ended up canceling it. So it's the first year that in a long time that we haven't DJ'd, and we were determined to stay up. We watched movies and determined to stay up, and we did.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well.
That's the way it goes. Yeah, so today we have our guest Betty Healy of Road Signs, and Betty's always with us on the first show of the year to help us guide through setting powerful pros. I can't even talk. Wait a minute. I'm not even kung
Um,
fu fighting and I can't talk. So Betty's going to guide us through the powerful process of setting intentional, purposeful goals for 2026.
Hi.
Hi, Betty.
Good morning, Betty.
You got your tongue tripped up on your teeth there, Miley's.
It did. She's kung fu fighting, and I couldn't even
Yep.
talk. So we're hoping you can
See,
hear
I'm
us.
gonna do some magic. Like here, oh, I'm in sync now. I'm in sync now.
Are you? Let me see.
Oh, maybe
Well,
not. Look. I drink my coffee and speak at the same time. Look at that.
That's not a good
I'm
thing.
magic.
yeah,
Anyways, no,
she's
it is
nodding.
what it is. I don't know what it's about. I'm gonna have to use my other computer, I think, to go in live in the mornings now because like this computer is obviously slow.
So I think what the problem is, Betty, we're both in slow motion today. We need you to kind of kickstart us into the new year. I think that's what the problem is here.
Well,
Yeah, clearly.
we've just come through full moon, which especially for women, it seems it's a big energy shift. Of course, we're all thinking about a new year and all the opportunities and possibilities that that gives us, and yeah, coming off a holiday season. So I mean, I think there's lots of reasons for us to be in slow mode today, but maybe that's a good thing. I mean, who needs to rush around anymore, really? It's
Hmm.
uh, it's become kind of a mindset that we have to be busy all the time and
Yeah.
have to rush, but I'm not sure that's true. Now, I get it that my hair is gray and I'm a little older than maybe some viewers, but uh, I've spent so much of my life rushing and doing,
Yeah.
doing, doing. I think that I could look back and wonder, well, what was that all about?
Right, what are we chasing?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
what?
feel
Yeah,
I feel the same way as
yeah,
I'm getting older too.
yeah. And Julia, that's a good question. Like, what are we chasing?
Hmm.
What are
Hmm.
we chasing?
Hmm.
And I mean, I think probably like most people for many years, I thought I was chasing after happiness and chasing after success and chasing after whatever, God knows, or whatever the new trend was that somebody told me I needed to chase. Forgetting that I didn't have to chase anything. I just needed to simply be it. And
Hmm.
I know that when I say simply be it is not as simple as it sounds, but I think my biggest awakening was to start being happy and and probably learned that by learning about gratitude, like learning to look
Hmm.
around me and really begin to appreciate uh, what I'm surrounded with versus focus on what I didn't have.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Which is
yeah,
a great point.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's you hear a lot. Like people start in the morning by, saying a couple of things that they're thankful for, and then they go to bed at night saying the same thing, and it changes their mindset. I know my mother, she's 92, and she still believes if there's a day that she's not busily doing something, it's a day wasted, because that's what her grandmother used to tell her. But I tell her it's a day you're recharging your batteries. You don't have to do stuff. You just have to recharge.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's the way I look at it now.
Admittedly, I mean, now that I'm pretty much fully retired, I mean, got you guys know me well enough to know that I'm still involved in a lot of community things, but
Hmm.
um, if I have a day where I have nothing on my schedule and I'm an avid reader, I do all sorts of other things, but just to look at a day that's nothing on the schedule, yeah, I'm like your mom. It's like so used to having a life that was scheduled.
Hmm.
Uh, and I think it's one of the biggest challenges of retirement for many people is to no longer have to get up and be at work or be with people or be part of a team and so many other things. It's really interesting. And what you said to your mom is so interesting because one of the things we've been teaching for years is that you can't keep emptying the well. Like a well is a
Hmm.
finite amount of water or energy if you want to use it.
Yep.
You can't keep emptying it. You have to replenish it.
Yep.
And the only way to replenish it is to kind of stop and breathe and do whatever,
Hmm.
just take your time and sit down with a good book or just sit and look out the window, whatever you want to do. But
But that's it. Our minds are so used to being all over the place and
Hmm.
being busy that even sitting with a good book is challenging. Like I know for me, I'm constantly bombarded by information, right? Like it's always coming. It's just coming in so many different ways. Like
Hmm.
physically with people in my house, I get information fed to me. Then, my phone, like God, like that thing is going to be the end of humanity, that phone. Like it's
Ping,
like
ping, ping.
yeah, and it's so hard to resist. And then you got a million freaking apps that are like, looking at grabbing your attention. So I find that like I really have to, like, what I do now, I have to meditate 15 minutes before I get a book and be able to actually focus on that book. Otherwise my mind is too full and I can't do it
And you get distracted easily that way
so
too.
easily.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us live in our heads that way too. I mean, as much as you guys have known me for years, and as much as I do meditate and I do journal and I do gratitudes and have all these different practices, my head is still like a friggin' nightmare, really. At
Mhm.
times,
Hmm.
I am able, when I drop into a book, I'm able to hold my attention. But I've had the an interesting experience with the phone. So until 5 years ago, Jim and I lived out in the country.
Hmm.
My-Liis knows about this. And
Mhm.
where we lived, I had no, my cell phone didn't work.
Blessing in disguise.
Yep.
Absolutely, because now that we live in Cornwall, of course, I get it's like the ping, 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 and uh, now but I guess because I hadn't had it for so many years, I actually find it annoying. So I do take time during the day. Like I have my own art studio where I go to a
Hmm.
couple times a week, and when I'm there, I don't take calls.
Mhm.
Unless it, I leave it. I mean, I'm on call for my mother-in-law who's 97 years old, and if the nursing home phones me, I will take the call right away. That's kind of the only exception, and I think everything else can probably be put on hold. And I wonder if if there would be a healthy practice for any of us just to say from 4 to 5 today or whatever hour you want to put to it or period of time you want, I will just turn off my phone, walk away from everything, maybe go for a walk outdoors or someplace where it's quiet and just get away from the noise. Because my concern for all of us is that the noise is going to destroy us.
Hmm.
I watched a really, really good YouTube video if anyone wants to look it up with author Simon Sinek. I've been following him for many years. So it's Simon, as in
Simon.
Simon says. Sinek is his last name, Sinek. And he was being interviewed by Trevor Noah, the black comedian from the US and former TV host. Um, and they were talking about how people are so caught up now in social media and phones and computers and everything that we've forgotten the importance of the human connection, specifically friendship.
Yeah.
And Simon, who is, he would be at least 20 to 30 years younger than I am. So I'm going to say he's mid 40s, maybe early 50s, but I'd say mid 40s. Has been studying communication and leadership for most of his career. And I've actually heard him speak in public. Um, but he's been studying now the influence of media on young men and women and their ability to forge relationships.
Relationships.
And he says it's scary. And,
Yeah.
I will say that at my age, my relationships are really important to me. But many of my friends don't live in Cornwall, but I schedule every month, I have, or almost every week, I have one or two calls, Zoom calls with friends of mine who live wherever they live across the country mostly. And those friendships, especially for women, but I'll come back to men in a moment, they're really important and they sustain us because they're the people that we can kind of open our hearts to and feel
Hmm.
safe in conversation with. And likewise, I was listening to CBC the other day, a fellow who's written a book for young men because he said he was saying the same thing. Young men are spending so much time on on media that they don't not only do they not know how to have friendships, they specifically don't know how to treat women.
Mhm.
And that one of the reasons we're seeing increased violence towards women in our society is because men have not been educated on how to communicate with the other gender.
Mhm.
Actually, it's true. I
It
remember
has
years, I remember years ago, actually, Sheldon and I went out for dinner, and across the room there was a couple sitting there having their dinner too. Both of them were on their phones. They didn't say a word to each other, just
Yep.
and then all of a sudden they both got up and we're looking at, oh, they must have texted it was time to leave. Throughout the whole meal, they said not one word.
I would debate about the men and women thing because I think that that's always been an issue where men, like in our days, men were raised to not show emotions. I remember sitting at the living room, dining room table with my parents having dinner, and my dad was just in his newspaper, and my mom was doing whatever her thing was. Like, I don't think it's inherently because of social media or because of devices. I do agree that there is an issue with kids these days not learning to interact or interacting in such a different way than what it is
Mhm,
person to person, that they're kind of awkward when they do get to develop like person to person relationships, because it's so different than
mhm.
having, what you are when you're using your device is completely different than who you are in person,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And
And
it's sad to see that, like, so many are, because you're looking at somebody's social media stream, it is such a curated
Yep.
aspect of everybody's life. You don't see the real thing, but people take that at face value
Yep.
and judge their own lives on what they're seeing, and
right.
feel inadequate and feel,
Yep.
sad, and feel all sorts of emotions that you shouldn't be feeling. It's not real. It's just
Why is my life not as perfect as
right,
everybody else's?
right,
Yeah, and it's
right.
all an illusion, of course.
Yep.
And
It is.
but
It's
you
true.
know, I think back to high school, and that was a long time ago, by the way. Um, and I remember I was never in the in crowd, you know, and I had there was 4 or 5 girls who were like they were the girls, the popular girls in high school, and I always looked at them, and I will admit to having been envious because I was not that. I was really a nerd. I uh, an academic nerd. I wasn't athletic. I wasn't whatever.
Hmm.
Years later, you grow up and you go back and you meet these people again, or you hear about them, and as you said, My-Liis, it was all on the surface. When you find out what was in behind their lives, one of them was being abused by her father. And
Mm,
one of my girlfriends said, "Did you never know that she showed up at school with a black eye every once in a while?" And no, I didn't.
hmm.
I saw what
Well,
I wanted to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, all that to say that, and you guys know me well enough to know it's important for us to step away from the illusion of what we think we're seeing on a screen and
hmm.
step back into ourselves and know that if we can start treating ourselves with kindness and compassion and know that we are what our own self-worth is, that's the thing that will really heal us and make us happy, not what somebody else is doing or what appears to be who they are, because we actually don't know. It's
Hmm.
Yep.
only the cover of the book.
Yeah. We need to be content with where we're at and who we are, really.
Yeah.
And I know it's a new year, a clean slate. We can start all over. And it used to be we made resolutions, New Year's resolutions. But now more the thing is to make and do intentions. What's the difference between a resolution and an intention, Betty?
Well, I do like in a resolution, where resolutions, as you know, are more like goals. And you know
Yeah.
that there seems to be a regular lineup of the 5 or 6 most popular resolutions at the
Yeah,
beginning
lose
of every
weight.
year, right? I'm going to be healthier, or I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to, well, if you, I mean, I don't know how many people are smoking these days, but I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going
Mhm.
to go to the gym 3 times a week. Or I'm going to start a new exercise program. I'm going to read more books. I'm going to educate. I mean, the list goes on. And rather than doing any of that, why not just say, I am healthy? Or the I am is important. It's about
Mhm.
you stepping into your own responsibility and getting clear on what you want to attract. So mine is often I am healthy, or you guys know that I went to have some treatment for my heart. So I am my healthy, happy heart is my intention for this year. Now I am my healthy heart, my happy, healthy heart. I'm having a moment. um, I don't focus on the outcome. I don't focus on how that's going to happen or what specifically I'm going to do for that. I am simply saying to the universe, or my higher power, I am my happy, healthy heart. And I trust that whatever shows up then will come my way. And if I'm curious, I'll see it. So that actually intention started back in June when I learned that I would not. I have a condition called atrial fibrillation, which is a rapid, irregular heartbeat. And when I say rapid, I mean rapid. You're talking 160 to 180 beats per minute. It's more like it's what they call a flutter than an actual heartbeat. Left untreated, it can be quite dangerous. But I learned that to access treatment in Canada was going to take me anywhere from 18 to 24 months. So I was pretty upset. So I didn't really know what to do. And so I stepped into that intention. I am, I am being in my happy, healthy heart. Um, and I attracted a lot of local help from my chiropractor, my massage therapist, who helped me with meditation and calming down and getting grounded, which did make some difference. Nevertheless, the incidence of the atrial fib were still continuing to pick up and speed up, and I opened a magazine and saw an ad for a clinic in Zurich, Switzerland.
Wow.
Wow.
And I said, I literally am just going through the magazine. Oh, that's interesting. And then I kept on going, and then suddenly it registered, and I
Mhm.
went back and said, "Oh my God, for Canadians who need ablation, the Swiss Ablation Clinic." And I took it
Yeah.
and showed it to Jim, and he said, "So, what are you going to do about it?"
Mhm.
So uh, now I'm fortunate that we could afford to do that. I'm not kidding you. But the thing is, in another lifetime, I would have said, "Oh, that's
You wouldn't have paid attention.
wouldn't have paid
Yeah.
attention. Wasn't even on the radar. It wouldn't. It was not the solution that I would have imagined." So the thing about intentions versus goal, a goal is always focused on a specific outcome. Like I am going to lose 15 pounds. An intention would be more like I am healthy. And then healthy could be body, it could be mind, it could be spirit. And so then once you set an intention like I am healthy, is to simply sit with it and see what shows up, and be prepared. I always say be prepared to be surprised, because I certainly was.
Could you be more specific and say, I am thin?
That's a goal, but that's a goal. So the thing is, Julia, I get that. And I mean, sure, wouldn't we all like to be thinner? The thing is, you don't know if being thinner is in your is actually healthy for you. You
Mhm.
you actually don't know that. I'm not saying that being obese is healthy either, but why not just be in I am my happy, healthy body,
Mhm.
um,
Okay.
and allow the solutions to come to you versus chasing after them. But um, maybe what shows up is an art course. Say, I am my healthy, happy body. You see a course over at the Klein House, and you say,
Mhm.
wow, that looks really interesting. I bet I really enjoy that. So you exercise your curiosity, you sign up for the course, you really, really enjoy it. And then suddenly you find yourself getting more engaged in some artwork, which takes you away from that busyness on the telephone and blah, 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 and all the media. And maybe keeps you're so occupied you forget to snack.
I
Mhm.
was just saying that you keep yourself away from that fridge door that you keep opening and looking inside when you think
I can
you need a
truthfully tell
snack.
you, when I'm over in my studio, if I'm here in the house, I will have an afternoon snack. If I'm out painting or at my studio or engaged in something, I don't even think
Yeah,
about it. I forget
Mhm.
about it. So, I mean, we don't
yeah,
know what strategies are in what I call our highest good, but the universe will show them to you if you
yeah,
pay attention. So do you want to, I certainly would love to be about 20 pounds less than I am right now. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Is it in my highest good? I don't know. You know, if you get really, really sick with something, you're actually better to be chubby.
yeah.
Yeah, because being thin doesn't give you any resilience or any backup, if you will.
Reserves.
Well,
Reserves.
I know somebody who was quite overweight, lost a lot of weight, and was the unhappiest that she'd ever been. She was just so unhappy. And now she's back to being bigger. She's happy again. She
So
wasn't meant to be skinny.
the illusion is that being skinny will be happier because
Hmm.
make us happier because that's what's you know it actually really annoys me that when you still look at magazine covers, albeit there are fewer and fewer of them, the people you see on the cover
Yep.
are
Hmm.
skinny, and
Yeah,
half the time the image isn't even real. It's all been airbrushed. It's not even like a real image. So why that is that our standard? Wouldn't the intention be better that simply I am healthy, I am worthy,
yeah.
Yep.
I am compassionate with myself. Um, and when I am compassionate with myself, I make good choices. And you can even say, I make good choices for myself without stipulating what those choices are.
Okay.
You could say, I am attracting strategies for good health. But you're not specifying what they are or how it's going to happen. And that's the thing about an intention, is that you're opening up space for possibility rather than nailing it down by setting a goal and saying, and this is going to how it's going to happen. That's the biggest difference.
Mhm.
A goal, I say, converges our energy. It makes us focus on one specific solution, where an
Hmm.
intention opens the field of possibility and say, well, there's probably a shitload more solutions than you can possibly imagine. And
So,
go
So
so,
ahead.
one thing that's so resolutions I tend to not take anymore. I don't make
mhm,
resolutions because they always end up like lasting for 2 weeks and then
yeah.
they're gone, right? So I kind of don't do them anymore. And it's funny because we were in Montreal and my son says, I know you don't make resolutions, but what are you leaving in 2025? So that was
Mm.
before January 1st. And he says, what are you leaving behind? What are you leaving in 2025? And I told him immediately, excuses. I'm going to leave excuses in 2025. But then I started thinking, and I'm like, there's a lot of things that I should be leaving in 2025. So I wrote an article about it, and I'm like, there's 20 things that I've leaving in 2025. But I thought it was a nice, interesting way of seeing it as well. Like
I think you've got a very wise son, Julia.
Yeah, actually that
setting
is
intentions is great, but I
yeah.
thought the way you worded it to leave things into
Yep.
the last year, I like that.
So
I like that too.
let's and I call it release, but leaving, same thing. Let's
Yeah.
leave behind self-criticism.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
That's
let's
that's the
let's
first thing on my list is being unkind to yourself.
Yeah,
Leave
let's
that
leave
behind.
behind the belief that we're worth less than the next person sitting next to us. I mean,
Mhm.
let's and the interesting thing about that is, if we thought about our energy field as a closet, and if it's cluttered with all this crap that we've been carrying around,
Hmm.
um, for God only knows, probably a lot of it since childhood, because that's when a lot of the messages get registered.
Mhm.
If we could go back and kind of harvest them and say, okay, well, I no longer need this. I can leave that behind. I can release this. Then it's also like, if you imagine it again as a closet, as a confined space, then you're opening space for new things to
Yep.
arrive. And I
Exactly.
think that's what people don't realize. If we've got all our energy tied up in self criticism, self judgment, lack of compassion, chasing happiness, all these things, there's nothing left over for anything new, because the space is
Yeah.
all, the real estate's all taken up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like
how,
my husband was saying that his intention or his resolution for the year was to manifest more. And because he was explaining to the kids that you create your own reality.
Hmm.
Whatever your words have power. What you speak becomes, right? So yeah, so manifesting um positive realities.
so to manifest, and he's absolutely right, if to
Mhm.
manifest, you actually have to know what you want,
Mhm.
not what you don't want.
Mhm.
Because if I say, I don't want to be overweight, the mind does not hear do not.
Mhm.
It hears I want to be overweight.
Mhm.
If you say I want to be fit, that's what the mind is registering. And then
Mhm.
better stated, as once you know what you want, is to take it further and say I am fit.
Mhm.
Because the I am, it means, okay, I'm adopting it now. I may not quite be there just yet, but I'm adopting it right now, and that's the direction in which I'm headed. Most people don't really know how to articulate what it is they want. And yet, if you
Uh-huh.
ask them, well, do you know what you don't want? Oh man, they can give
Oh
you,
yeah, we're good at
Yep.
that.
we're good at that. What they're
Yeah.
not realizing is that every time you say do not, you're actually saying I want.
It's funny because
Oh,
like my kids were asking me what I want for my birthday, and I'm like,
Happy
I don't
birthday,
know, but
guys.
thank you.
happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Julia.
Thank you. So yeah, so they were saying, what do you want for your birthday?" And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't. But I don't want this though, and I don't want that. Like
Mhm.
I know what I don't want, but if you ask me what I want,
So sometimes and because we're so stuck there, because that is how we're programmed. That's nothing on you, Julie. I mean,
hmm,
we all have that bad habit. Is to
Yeah.
write down the do not wants and say, well, what's the opposite to this?
right.
Because
Okay.
we actually do know what we want. We're just so programmed to be in the do not want, we forget what the opposite is.
Hmm.
So I don't want another scarf. I don't want another gift like the ones I've always received. I want something novel. Surprise me. I want a
Yeah.
surprise,
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
you know. So and back to manifesting, I have learned that the moment I get clear, I think a great example is when we moved into Cornwall and we moved into a condo from a big country home.
Mm.
With half the space, I knew that I would have no place for me to for my creative zone. Like no place to
Hmm.
paint, no place to play, because there's just not enough room. And once we got settled, the first thing I said to my husband, I said, by the way, I'm attracting a perfect studio space. 4 months later,
You got it.
yep. And not only did I get it, it's with a great guy who rents the space to me at a very reasonable cost. That's what makes it
Also,
all perfect. See, all perfect. I am attracting the perfect studio space.
okay, because I thought your studio space was in your condo, so it's actually somewhere else. Wow. Okay.
Yep. And I got a room to myself and it's messy as can
Nice.
be. I never have to clean up after myself, which was one of the things I didn't like at the house because it was in my office and
Yeah.
I had to always clean up. Yeah. So yeah. And like with my heart situation this summer, I did decide I am finding a solution. I'm
Hmm.
attracting a solution.
Right.
So
And go
So
ahead.
I want to, one of my intentions is I want to start walking every day. I've been saying this for a long time and not doing it.
So
How
that's
how do
well,
I word it?
well, that's a goal, right? To walk every day is a goal
Mhm.
because it has a concrete outcome. So what's behind it? You want to be healthier?
Yeah, I want to be healthier. And I feel when I'm in the house, I feel sometimes like I'm suffocating. I can't breathe really well. Because, like the other day, I did that little clip to advertise the show, and I was walking up the driveway in the snow, crunching, and the fresh air. I felt alive. I felt great. And that's what I need. I need to be feeling like that. Plus, losing a few pounds and getting healthier.
Okay,
That's
so
my goal.
let all that other those are goals, absolutely. So go back to how you feel, how you want to feel. And you
Mhm.
start with I want to feel alive.
Okay.
And then to convert it is I am feeling alive. And then you know if you stay in that intention that the opportunity will now, rightly so. I find the roads right now very, very challenging. I like to walk every day and I make a habit of being out 30 minutes a day minimum. Um, and if I can't walk outside, I go to the Benson Center, which is really second best because it's not fresh air,
Yeah.
but it's at least
Yeah.
movement. Um, so I mean, you can be, it's nothing wrong with setting a goal as well, but when you get into the feeling behind it and the intention behind the goal, then it resonates at a deeper level and a different level. And if the
Mhm.
intention is, I am feeling, or I want to feel alive, therefore, I want to feel alive, what will contribute to that? A daily walk? Fine. Then get it in your calendar and start with 10, 20, 15 minutes a day
Yeah.
and make it, and do make it a goal. I want to be clear because I mean, while goals and intentions support one another, and
Mhm.
it's one thing to set an intention, and then let's say you set an intention: I want to be alive. I am alive, um, and then this we have a rare sunny day, and you know your body's just aching to be outside, but you've got all these other things you've got to get done. You need to be able to give yourself permission to go outside for the 10 or 15 minutes to support that I am feeling alive.
Right. Like the
Okay.
intention is one thing, but there's action that comes with it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You can't ignore it. Like once you set it, the universe will show you what it is, but you have to take action on it. Just
Right.
like I got shown an ad in a magazine
Right. And you took action.
and I took action.
Yeah.
And I also felt safe doing it because I mean, it could have been, it's not a procedure that's always successful. And you're going to fly halfway around the world to have something done. But I felt because I had set the intention and the universe or my higher power showed it to me, showed me an answer that I was secure in making that choice. And that's the other thing. If you trust, part of intention, setting intentions is also trusting and listening to your intuition.
Mhm.
What is your body telling you? What is your heart telling you? Not the
Mhm.
head. Head is all
Which
about ego.
which brings me to something, Betty. I think that oftentimes, like, when we're not in control of things, we tend to try to take the reins and stir things in the direction. But I find that if it's meant to be, it happens easily
Yeah.
and seamlessly.
Yeah.
And as soon as I kind of see resistance into a situation, whatever the situation is, right? Like if I feel resistance, or I like, I'm like, okay, no, like this doesn't feel right. But it entails listening to your little voice that's telling you, hey,
Yeah.
take a breather, this is not how it's supposed to go. Like things should happen seamlessly and easily, right?
If you're feeling resistance, there's something there that's warning you
Yeah.
that this is not the best direction to be going in. And it
Hmm.
may simply be backing up and saying, okay, then I set an intention. I am open to other solutions or whatever. You open up the energy field and then sit with it. Don't push
Hmm.
it until, and the solutions do show up. We just have to be mindful and be watching for them.
Yep.
Um,
But
yeah.
that's really hard when you're a control freak, like I am. It's
Yes.
really hard to let the universe be the universe, right? Like I want things to happen now, and like when I see that it's like, I'm like, nah, this is not supposed to be this hard, man. It's not supposed to be this hard. So I'm kind of backing up and
Well,
backing off.
I get it, Julia, because and having run my own business for many years, and honest, I mean, I had to have a business plan. I had to have certain goals. It's
Hmm.
not to say that goals are completely wrong, but I do know that when I started pushing things in a direction that didn't feel right, it always backfired.
Mhm.
So one of the things I've learned when I first started mindfully setting intentions, the two words come with that: patience and trust.
Mhm.
Two of the hardest words to, I mean, and it's interesting. I was doing, I like sometimes to do cards, and I was doing like for message cards, and I
Mhm.
was doing something.
Mhm.
I have a set of cards I love to use, and two of the messages I pulled yesterday are, guess what? Patience and trust.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm
Wow.
like, there he is again. It's so, I mean, it's learning in layers too, and I certainly have gotten better at those things, but I'm still learning, and we all are. And I think we just, when we screw up, we just need to take a step back and say, okay, well, that was interesting. There's a lesson. Now what?
Yeah.
And be gentle with ourselves and be compassionate, because we are, after all, we're all only human, and we're constantly learning.
It's the now what, you know? The now what is what's important because you can choose to learn from that lesson or you can choose to just repeat the same mistake over and over again, right? Like
Yeah.
we fall into patterns and sometimes it takes more than once to learn the lesson.
Yeah, and we will keep doing it until we stop ourselves and step away and say, okay, what is this about? Like,
Yeah.
what is the universe showing me right now? Like, because there's obviously a pattern of behavior that I've been repeating, and damn, it is not working.
Hmm.
There's in the field of creativity, which Jim and I studied a lot while we were running our business. It's basic, like if you always dig the hole in the same spot, you're always going to get the same result.
Yeah.
So you need to move sideways and dig a new hole, right?
Yeah.
And that has, I mean, that is such a simple metaphor. Is, I think I've dug this hole before. What was the result? Oh yeah, that didn't work.
Mm,
Maybe I need to dig a new hole. I
yeah.
mean, sometimes when you're heading down a path which seems familiar, you probably need to put the brakes on and just say, wondering where this is leading. Oh, I know already.
I've been here
Back
before.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, that's a lot of information. I've been writing a lot of little notes and words and things that
Yeah.
are going to guide me. My other thing, Betty, and I know you went through this, whenever you moved from a big house to your condo, you had to downsize and purge and this and that. And I keep saying to myself, okay, by the end of January, I'm going to have all that basement cleaned up. And it's just, I can never get to it because it seems so overwhelming. So, how do I deal with that kind of thing? Because I
One
keep
box at a time.
and that's what I keep saying, a little section, just kind of dig at it, but it's like
Well,
to get there to do it. It's so hard.
What's It's so interesting you say that, My-Liis, because I mean, had that situation. We did move from a
Yeah,
big house. It was over 3,000 square feet by the time we added on our office over the garage. So we had an undeveloped basement, because I'm not a basement fan, but it was full of stuff.
yeah, me too.
And so when we knew that we knew we were going to move, I would take myself down to the basement for 2 hours, an hour, sometimes 90 minutes, whatever. But I would do at least an hour, and I
Okay.
got right after supper. I would say Jim would clean up the dishes because he didn't want to do it, and one of us had to. And I would just
Yeah,
go downstairs, and as Julia said, one box at a time, two boxes at a time. And I would often put a timer on my watch, which would be, or time, I probably didn't have my watch then, or put a little timer on, just say, give
yeah,
it 60 minutes. And I didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, but at the same time, I did really, really like it when my basement was finally emptied.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
And
that's
and even after we moved, like we moved in here on May 4th and we had the house until for another 2 weeks after we moved, we still spent, it took us probably 3 days to still clear out the basement because I cleared out stuff that I had accumulated through our business, my master's degree. God, I had all my old papers I had written for my degrees. Like who wanted it? It was, you know. Uh, and Jim had business books. I mean, all that stuff went out. But we had boxes and boxes. Like, oh well, we better save that box for that
yeah,
computer because we might need it later. Well, like you never need it. So we it took us probably at least 2 or 3 full days just to clear out boxes and to clean up the basement after. But that said, um, I call it chewable chunks when you have a task that seems overwhelming because it's so big, it's so massive, you have to break it down into something that you can actually chew on. And we used to, and I get overwhelmed quite easily because I'm a big picture person. I see the big person picture before I see the pieces. So the only way for me to deal with it is to say, okay, what chewable bit can I do tonight? And as Julia said, I can tackle that box. That
yeah,
Yeah,
has one
because
less box.
if you look at the big mountain in front of you,
yeah,
like, it's like they say, right? Like a journey starts with one step. Like,
One
yeah,
step.
yeah. So if you look at
Yeah.
the big mountain, you just freeze.
yeah,
And
So
I
you
would
got
literally every night take a deep breath and just say, okay, I can take on a chewable chunk tonight. I've got 60 minutes. I can go do that.
yeah,
And then come upstairs and relax. So yeah, one chunk at a time, chewable chunks.
yeah.
good idea.
Good
Definitely.
advice.
But
Yeah,
again, it's a commitment. The thing is that once you do it for 2 or 3 nights and you start to see a little bit of
yeah,
progress, then you get motivated.
yeah,
So
yeah. I spent a good day down there at one point and saw a good chunk of stuff disappear. But I mean, it's fun to go through boxes you haven't opened in 5 years and go, wow, I didn't even know I had this. Why am
yeah,
I even keeping it?
Right.
well,
So
exactly. Acknowledge it, let it go. I mean,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
this is what happens with people who have what do they call it? Not clutter, but
Oh,
hoarders. Hoarding.
hoarders.
The
Yes.
hoarding.
You know, it's and I've
That's
I've I've
awful.
coached some people who have offices that are just full of stuff, and I'm like, why are you keeping this? And they don't know. It has no value. It's out of date. It's whatever. And yeah, I will admit that once I get into a mood to do it, I'm
Yeah.
very good at decluttering.
Yeah.
I don't because
Exactly.
I really don't like clutter. So yeah.
Speaking of clutter, my lease, those boxes in my office, if we don't do anything with them, I'm gonna sell them because like they're taking so much room.
Oh, the
The
distribution
distribution
boxes.
boxes,
I'm
yeah.
going, what kind of boxes is she talking
Yeah, the
about?
distribution boxes. They've been here like what, 5, 6 years?
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
there's an invitation.
Yep. Yeah. Either paint them
Yeah.
and get them out of here and find them a place, or just sell them because like this is
Just sell
ridiculous.
them, you
Well,
know?
Yep.
the problem is, Betty, if they were red, they'd be moving really easily, but they're blue, so there's got to be a painting process there too to make them see good red.
Well,
Because
Yep.
you think that, but you don't actually know.
Yeah.
What you could set an intention that we are releasing these boxes easily and effortlessly and see
Huh.
what happens.
I like that. I'm writing that down.
I love easy and effortlessly. I think
Try
what
them in blue.
yeah, someone might want blue.
Yep.
We are
Leave them
releasing these
blue.
boxes easily and effortlessly. See what happens. Be prepared to be surprised.
We have magnets we can put on them. Like,
Yeah.
Put them up on Facebook or where Kojiko or whatever. You're not Kojiko, you know what I mean.
We're thinking more instead of releasing them that way, releasing them out and putting them somewhere in Cornwall with seeker
people can
stickers on
pick
it.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because that's like the red box next to the office. It's where we put them and people can pick them up. But because they're blue, they've been sitting in the office waiting to be painted, which has not happened.
well, why is blue a problem?
Because seeker's color is red.
But
Well,
it's not.
but
Let's just put a sticker
but
on
the
it.
person who wants them may not. Or do you think that the person who comes to pick up your magazine notices whether the box is red or blue?
You're right.
Probably not.
You're right.
Probably
So
not.
there you go.
As long as you have a sticker that says the seeker, they'll know.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so that's our intention for the next
and we
week.
already found a solution. You don't
There you
hesitate.
go.
Yeah. What a different way of looking at
Now we
things,
just
Julia.
attract a location.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
it.
We're attracting the perfect location
Perfect
for them.
locations.
Yep.
That's you go.
And I can go downstairs and I can release all these things that I don't need easily and effortlessly now. Instead of saying, I might need this, I don't want to let this go. It's sentimental. I should keep it
Yep.
easily and effortlessly.
There
Easily,
you
easily and effortlessly. I mean, I,
Yeah.
I think I think there was oh, here it is. You remember these buttons?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yes, I
yeah.
used to have one of those.
Oh, it
That
must
was
be out of the
easy.
battery. It's not working anymore.
That
So
was
when you
easy.
push it, it says that was easy. And we
Yeah.
used to keep this in our office all the time because you get stuck thinking things have to be hard. And the reality is that's just a mindset. It doesn't have
Yes.
to be. It can be easy. So we always kept an easy button in our office. And I'll need to change the battery on this one. And just put and once we do something, that was easy.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I
That
used
is
to have one
that-
of those too. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, me too. I think everybody had one at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can. I mean, they're from Staples. I don't know if you can still get them or not. But I just think. But you could just pretend you just when you're feeling stuck with each other, just say, okay, what's easier? What's the
Hmm.
easier solution? And
Yeah.
that was easy. And then do it, and that was easy. Yeah,
There you go.
there you go.
All
Good.
right, Betty. Any words of wisdom before we close the show?
I just want to mention your magazine, and I know that the column I wrote this month is called "My Wedding Vows," and I just want to speak to it by saying to people, I hope they read the column and take it um, in with the intention that it's meant to be, and that is for us to learn not to just give ourselves on a platter to other people, but in some way marry ourselves and be able to love, honor, and cherish ourselves the
Hmm.
way we are more than willing to do, say to another person when we get married. So, the wedding vows is something that a good friend of mine wrote, and I've given her name in the article as well. And I just think it's really a profound concept to spend this next year love, honoring, and cherishing ourselves, and noticing that when we do that, how much more we have then to offer other people. It's not a selfish act. It's when we do our own work, then we are there and can be so much more for the people that we love and cherish as well. That's it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well,
Jeez.
thank you so much, Betty, for being with us and starting the year. Like you always do. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for your words of wisdom every month in the Seeker. And
Mhm.
Happy New Year.
Well, to
And
you and always you guys, thanks for the invitation,
all right.
and really have a happy birthday, Julia.
Thank
I
you.
sing, but I don't think you want me to. You don't want to hear it.
I'm doing nothing today. That's on my agenda. I'm like,
Oh, good.
Okay,
my day is
now
open.
now I understand why you said today I'm not thinking about work.
Yeah, I'm just
And
like
don't.
it's my day is open. Like whatever is coming my
Yep.
way, I'm open to receiving. So
Open to
Perfect.
receiving. Isn't that a wonderful
yeah.
thing? Good for you.
All right. Bye bye,
All right.
Betty.
Happy New Year, everyone, and thanks for the invitation. We'll see you guys soon.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Bye bye.
Betty.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye for now. I always
All
say that
right.
too now. I never say bye to people. I always say bye for now
Yeah.
because bye seems
Yeah.
just too final. I love that. That was a great show, and it got me thinking about things in different ways too. I'm sure it did you as well. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's always I love having Betty on. She's always she's grounding, I find.
Yeah.
It's always great to start our year with her. And we'll have to get those distribution boxes out now. We
Yeah,
set
it's
the
true though.
intention. It
It's
is.
true.
It is. Like we have magnets we can put on that's branded with our name, so it's
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous to hold on to them. Like, and they take so much space. Like, I really have to have them. out of here. Like that's one of my okay, so I should turn it into an attention because
in one of your
my
intentions.
office is messy. So I have to say
I
I'm
have a clean office,
I'm working in a productive and
organized office.
organized place.
No,
All right.
it's a good way of saying something because otherwise it just doesn't. You can't get there. Like
Yeah.
you can't get there.
All right. So do
Anyway,
you have any other stuff to talk to before we
I
go?
have a ton of events to go through, but you know what? If anybody wants to know what's going on, go to the Seeker events page at theseeker.ca on our website, or go to our Facebook group, the SDG Events and Happenings, and check
Yes.
out what's going on. I just want to let people know next Monday, we have another guest who, to me, is super motivational. It's Bob Hardy, the Walker Runner. This guy is 75 years old. He has been through so many medical issues. And like a true British man, he just gets onwards and upwards and goes onwards. Any hurdle he just gets over. And he motivates me really a lot because there's a lot of things that, you get stuck, you're worried about this ache and this pain. And Bob, he's had every single ache and pain in the world,
Yeah.
from strokes to
Mateo was
leukemia.
telling me I'm so excited for your show next week, Mom. It's gonna be like this guy sounds so interesting. So it'll
Oh,
be fun.
he is. He's
Yeah.
done so much, and just goes through every hurdle that comes up, and always positive. So yeah, he's going to be a great next Monday show.
Awesome.
So,
All right. Well, folks, that's it for today. We'll see you next week. Have yourself a great day.
and a super duper week. Bye for now.
Bye for now.